Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our Swiss chocolate run here. And just trying to finish up the last of gathering the hay here. We got just a tiny bit more on this larger field, and then we will be able to start transporting some milk, I believe is the next item on our list. And emptying out the chocolate and the cheese to make sure those don't go overfilled. So a couple items left on our list of to-dos for today. And then we'll be able to move on into the month of December, which is a blank month for us. Not a lot going on in December. That's okay. It's good to have blank months every once in a while, right? We don't have to get literally every blade of grass, because what we don't get now will be there next time. So I'm not too worried about it. Obviously, this big pile over here we will get, though. Alright, not too bad. I mean, we're already at 526,000 liters. This will get us to just over 550,000 liters of hay. That's a lot of hay. That's going to last us a good chunk of time. Alright, that is good. Turn off. Let's drop you right there. And go grab our milk. Where's our milk? I don't remember where I left the milk cart. Did I leave it? Is it there? Yeah, it's gotta be there. Do we have milk still in the cows right now? Okay, we do. So that's what I thought. I was trying to make sure I remembered where we left off. Oh, that's right. We left the dolly here so we could pick up the trailer last time. You might have seen it while I was skipping through just now, but I did add a new vehicle to our fleet temporarily because I got tired of slow scooping the silage. I'll show you that here in just a moment. It's just a lease. I just wanted to use it until we emptied out that bunker silo. Should have gotten it a long time ago, but whatever. It's fine. It's still helping us now. Speed things up quite a bit. While this guy's filling up, I will show you. So this is I got the cheapest front loader and the much biggest attachment for silage. This thing can hold like 8,000 liters, I think, at a time. So yeah, we're gonna empty this thing out here in a couple more scoops, and all will be well. So that's why I have that. Just speed things up a lot. Again, I should have done it a lot sooner, but oh well. It's definitely gonna help us out now. Alright, which of our productions needs it the most? Honestly, the cheese. The But the chocolate's got enough for at least, what, 3 more months? With a little bit extra. Cheese definitely would need it if I want to keep that one going. And then we'll obviously have more here in a bit for the chocolate as well. So, yeah, we'll drop this off with the cheese. That's going to be fine. I mean, the chocolate is more important. But again, the chocolate has some. Let's see, I bet you're done. Get you on this field real quick, and then we'll go from there. Amount of milk there. That'll last us a decent while. Cheese does use more milk though, ultimately, so there is that to consider. 3,600 liters per month. It's about 6 months worth, I guess. We'll just put in there. All right, drop that off there. Let's go grab our chocolate now. Your little posts to keep me out of there will not stop me. Our next one to sell would be actually both chocolate and cheese, potentially sell in January. Come on, pretty sure there's one more in there. There it is. Alright, let's go drop this back off by the cheese, pick up our other trailer, and go from there. Quite a bit of cheese to sell, though. That'll be good. Alrighty, that is that. I think that's everything we needed to do today. Still got a little bit of time before we need to sell some cows. We'll double check that just to make sure. Cows are fed. They have straw. Yeah, nothing to sell for a while. Kind of want to run an experiment. In fact, I think we will. Plus, I just don't want to have to keep doing this all the time. Rolling the fields is really annoying, and it gives you basically no benefit whatsoever. I mean, it's okay to do it while you got other things going on, like we were just running stuff around. But at the end of the day, there's no point waiting for it. There's never a time that is worth waiting for rolling, or mulching for that matter either, I don't think. That's true for the fields, and I can't remember if the grass is the same way. We'll check here and see for a second. If the grass grows just fine next month, then we're fine. Then we are 100% fine, and I'm okay with not rolling. So we're going to go ahead and try that out, see what it does. If we have some of this that's not rolled, then we'll know, and we'll adjust. Looks like we do need to get some lime in here, though. So we will... Do we have lime somewhere? We do not. So we do need to get a lime contraption. So I guess in that case, I was wrong. We do need the lime. Lime is a must because lime has to be done in order to get our monetary bonus on our sale items. So that is definitely worthwhile. So since we still have to do the lime anyway, we will go ahead and let this guy finish up. But normally I would probably not even bother. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just buy this because it's going to be something we're going to need from time to time. I don't remember how much it costs. We'll just borrow a bunch of money. Buy what we need to buy. Could probably get by with a small one because it's close, right? The lime thing is... I'm not misremembering, am I? It's right here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, since it's so close, we are going to just do the smallest one. But I will go ahead and give you the spreading discs. Alright, so just that. I didn't already have one of those, did I? And I just goofed. No, okay. So we'll grab that. Normally I would grab the big one if it was further away from us for like clear across the map or something like that. But since this is just right next to our fields, we can fill up pretty easily. Anyway, sorry, man. Been a long, well, I say it's been a long week. It's just because it's just Monday at the time of recording this. But my weekend was busy enough already, so it just feels like a continuation from last week. So yeah, like I said, this is a good time to be rolling. I got something else I got to do anyway. I've got an extra tractor. It might as well be doing something to improve our overall yields. But if it was time to fast forward, I don't think I would wait for it because I don't think it's ultimately worth it from that standpoint, if that makes sense. Now, another argument can be made that it's not worth the equipment price because, honestly, the equipment for the roller is like, what, 40,000 bucks, I think? How much do you need to get in order to make $40,000 worth? Probably a lot, quite frankly. Probably takes many years, many years of yields of crops to actually make 40,000 bucks because it's such a small amount of crop yield. Put it in perspective. If we were to get 40,000 liters of, let's say, something like barley off a field, right? Then the rolling contributed 1.25% to that. Now, you could be like, wait a minute, no, rolling is 2.5%. It's not true. Rolling increases your 100% already get yields by 2.5%. Because there's like you get some yield, right? Like it's not like if you do nothing, you get nothing. That's not how it works. I mean, the only thing that would prevent that would be seeding. As long as you seed, you get stuff. But the manure, or the fertilizing, the rolling, the weeding, all that stuff increases above that. So let's say that first bit is 100% yield, and then you can increase that to up to another 100% on top of that effectively. So you can double your yields. So if you were going to normally get, 40,000 liters, well, your 100% yield is 20,000 liters, right? And then all the extra stuff that you did gave you the other 20,000 liters for the total of 40,000 liters. Of that, rolling is only 2.5% of that top part, which means rolling is only, at that point it would be, if it was 2.5% of the whole, it would be 1,000 liters. But it's less than that. So it's 500 liters. Out of 40,000 liters, let me just double check my math. Out of 40,000 liters, I think the rolling only contributes 500 liters. So let's do that real quick. So 40 times, it's not even 40, it'd be that 20,000 times 0.25. Or no, it's not 2.25, it's 2.5. Or 0.025. Yeah, 500 liters. So 2.5% of 20,000 liters, which is your base, is 500 liters. In order to pay off a $40,000 machine at 500 liters, if I were to look at my current best price for barley, for example, I'm just using barley as just a, I don't know, whatever, random one. There's obviously other crops that are better or worse. Let's say you got $400 for barley. 40,000 liters or $40,000 machine divided by $400 means I need 100,000 liters to pay that off. Divided by divided by 500 liters at a time means it would take 200. This puts it in perspective. 200 harvests to pay off your roller. Your rollers are not worth it, guys. I'm sorry to spoil it for you. Okay. At certain yields. Obviously, if I had 400,000 liters because I had this massive field or something like that, maybe it becomes more worth it at some point. But even that would take 20 years to pay off. Yeah, your rollers really aren't worth it. We've already got it. I'm going to use it. I've already paid for it. But at the end of the day, rollers and mulchers are absolutely positively not worth it. I've gone back and forth on this before. I think I've actually even had this conversation early on in the series, and I decided, you know what, let's just do it anyway. Well, as I've been playing more and more multiplayer, and I apologize for you guys having to wait until towards the end of this series to learn all this, but I didn't have a chance to play my multiplayer sessions early on when this game first came out, and that's when I learned by far the most about this game. I learned in a matter of a couple weeks more about this game than I learned in a year of recording YouTube videos. Because I play over a course of a couple weeks more than I play over a year's worth of making YouTube videos. Believe it or not. Like we play probably 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours almost every single day. More on the weekends. I mean, we are putting in some time on our multiplayer run. And so I learn a lot more about stuff. I get to experiment a lot more. And there's certain things that I'm starting to realize that are like, okay, that's not worth it. That is worth it. Things like that. I still think the liming's worth it because, again, that goes into this number right here, right? That goes into this environmental score number. And we need this environmental score number to stay high, right? And right now it's low. So I think things like that are still worth it. I might do the math on that to know for sure. It may not be as worth it as I think it is, but I think it is still worth it. But rolling and mulching, just honestly not even remotely worth it at all. Let's put it this way. You will probably never see me buy another roller or mulcher again after these saves that I've got right now because of that kind of knowledge. All right. Just out of curiosity, let's look at something real quick. Oh, I'm letting this guy run. So there's some of the yield bonuses, right? So there's the 2.5% for soil whirling. There's the 2.5% for mulching. Plowing that you need to do that, doesn't always have to be done, but when it does, 15% is a little bit more in a good range. Liming, obviously, like we're doing right now. Weeding, pretty important. Weeding's more important than this number shows because weeding goes into the, I think it goes into both the yield improvement as well as the precision farming number, right? So I think it's a double dip there. You get more yield from your crops, but you also get more bonus for your precision farming. Same thing with plowing. Plowing is another one of those that you have to prep your field, right? Because it's, if we look at it, it's, come on, what I'm trying to do. Where's the number? There we go. I was just looking at it wrong. It goes into the tillage number, I believe. I think that's what that comes from. Which I'm not sure why ours is showing not tilled right now. I'll have to look at that here in a moment. Soil sampling, obviously we can do. Weed control, yeah. So weeding goes into that number. Fertilizing goes into that number, but also increases yields. Liming goes into the environmental score number, but also increases yields. And then I think the plowing or cultivating, something like that, goes into that last number to kind of make up that last little bit. So just some stuff to think about. Mulching, rolling, really, unless it went into the environmental score, which it doesn't, it's just, there's just no real reason, quite frankly. I mean, that's just my opinion, maybe, or my opinion based off some pretty hard fact, I would say. If you guys have a different opinion, feel free to let me know in the comments below, but that's kind of where I stand. But again, now, since I've already owned the equipment now on all these saves, if I have time, I will go ahead and do it. If I have time and a spare tractor, I will go ahead and do it. But then, of course, at that point, it just arguably, is it worth the fuel, the wear and tear on your tractors, the workers if you're using those, all that kind of stuff to do it? I don't even know about that anymore. It's really such a small, minute number once you really get down to the math. It's really sad, actually. I would probably make more money by selling my rollers to get a little bit of money back from the sale of them, as well as mulchers, than continuing to do them, quite frankly. In fact, you know what? Yes. I think that is in fact the exact argument we're going to use. We're going to sell for sure the mulcher here. I need to double check that the grassland will still grow even if you haven't rolled. There's a little bit that we haven't rolled on these fields. So we'll check those again in here, but I'm pretty sure they do. Like this section right here, I'm pretty sure I've missed those sections before and they still grow. But honestly, I haven't really just been, because I always roll. I've been rolling for so long, I haven't really been paying attention to that part of it. So we'll check that here in a bit. Speaking of tillage though, do we see stuff that needs plowing? We don't. So what's the tillage for? I don't know. I actually don't know what that tillage number is when you're just doing grass is for. Because it's that bottom number there. It's mostly showing up on this one. I really don't actually know. Huh. Something to think about. I may have to look that up. I assume it was like cultivating before you plant. But since we haven't cultivated in a very long time because these are grass fields, maybe it has something to do with that. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, I'll be done with this and we'll be ready to fast forward. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.